Presidential Executive Order, Protecting American Energy from State Overreach, April 8, 2025. Section 1. Purpose. Affirms the administration's commitment to significantly increase American energy production and dominance by eliminating unnecessary barriers to developing and utilizing domestic energy resources. Emphasizes the importance of affordable, reliable, and domestically produced energy for national security, economic security, and effective foreign policy. Criticizes state and local governments that attempt to regulate energy beyond their constitutional or legal authority, especially targeting actions that impose barriers to interstate and international energy trade. Highlights specific examples of state actions deemed harmful, including laws that discriminate against energy producers from other states, undermining constitutional equality among states, imposition of retroactive penalties or excessive fines against traditional energy producers, ideologically driven state-level climate change laws that allegedly harm economic and national security, including New York and Vermont imposing retroactive fines on energy producers for past emissions worldwide, California setting strict carbon limits, forcing businesses to buy carbon credits, delays in permit reviews by states, effectively blocking new energy production, lawsuits against energy producers seeking compensation for alleged climate-related damages. States these actions undermine federalism by projecting the preferences of certain states onto all Americans and increase energy costs for families nationwide. Declares these state laws incompatible with the administration's objective of American energy dominance and concludes that they should not stand. Section 2. State laws and causes of action. Identification of problematic state laws. Directs the Attorney General, consulting with relevant federal departments and agencies, to identify state and local laws, policies, regulations, or practices that burden domestic energy resource development. Specifies that identification should focus particularly on laws addressing climate change, environmental, social, and governance (ESG) initiatives, environmental justice, carbon or greenhouse gas emissions, any related carbon taxes or penalties. Tasks the Attorney General with determining if such laws are unconstitutional, preempted by federal law, or otherwise unenforceable. Legal actions to stop enforcement. Instructs the Attorney General to take swift action to halt enforcement of state laws or civil suits identified as illegal. Reporting requirement. Mandates that, within 60 days of this order, the Attorney General provide a detailed report to the President, via the Counsel to the President, summarizing actions taken against problematic state laws. Requires the Attorney General to recommend additional presidential or legislative actions needed to achieve the objectives of this order or to stop the enforcement of identified state laws. Overview Summary. This executive order expresses the President's strong commitment to expanding American energy dominance by removing barriers imposed by state and local governments. It criticizes specific state laws deemed ideologically driven or unfairly discriminatory, claiming they threaten economic and national security and improperly project one state's policy preferences onto the entire nation. The order instructs the Attorney General to identify problematic laws, particularly those related to climate change and environmental policies, take swift legal actions to halt their enforcement, and recommend further actions as necessary. The overall aim is to ensure that energy production in the United States remains affordable, reliable, secure, and free from burdensome regulatory interventions by individual states. Subscribe for more!